This is part 3 of the Uncharted 4 speedboat, and I've gone ahead and done a little bit more work. First of all, you'll notice I've got this wood paneling in here. I'm not going to be keeping this. This is just, to show, sort of, get a feel for what it might look like. So I've just put that in above the other planes. I'll do this in texture. I've done this panel here that I guess you would lift up. I've done this container here. And I've done some work on the console, the cockpit, or whatever you call that. Here I've got the steering wheel. I've got some gauges. I've got a little vent, some buttons, the throttle. We've got some cupboards here of some sort of. Just thought I'd throw in a few books. So this is not exactly what it looks like, but this is sort of my version of what it could be, and I still may make a few changes. What I'm going to do in this video in just a minute is do the swivel chair, but I've also added the trim that goes around there, and I've made a few changes to these things here. I just like that design a little bit better, and that is mostly it. Actually, I put these posts here, and there's some wooden posts underneath there. All right, so I am going to go ahead and work on this with the swivel chair. So let's just get right to that. I think what I'll do is I'll build the chair first. The seat of the chair is what I mean. And nothing too complicated or anything. Let's just get that up so we can start to get a sense for this thing. So you just get the size. I'll try to get the size or the scale of what I want to do here. So let's say it was something like that to start with, and then let's look from the side in wireframe, and then let's say it would come up and on a bit of an angle. Let's just see how big I made that. Yeah, maybe something like that. All right, I'll start with that anyhow. All right, I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to add some edge loops. I might want 7 here. And let's look down from the top. I'm going to proportional editing and start pulling this out to sort of kind of round this a little bit. I'll have to do some work on that. Let's turn that off now. And yeah, let's just look down. And I'll have a subdivision on this. So we'll see. I think I would need to go back a bit. Let's go ahead and bevel this edge here. I'm probably okay with 3. That might be too high now. Let's see if I switch to normal. If I can just move it along its axis. I'll try that. I'll come back to here, and I think actually I will go back into normal. I think we're just gonna play around with the design a little bit. I'm going to want to put a hole in here. I'm gonna actually, let's just take an edge loop and drag it down to around there, and let's I'm in normal, so I'm going to scale, I guess, SY0, and bring another one, SY0, because I'm going to be getting rid of, I guess, that. But I think what I'll do is I'll just give a supporting edge by insetting, and then I'll delete that. And let's start with that, and let's try just solidify first of all, and I'm going to pull it that way, do even thickness. And then I'm going to control 2 and see how it's starting to look. Yeah, we're going to do that kind of thing. All right, so let's maybe shape this control 1 to look from the back. Let's shape this a bit more. Let's go back to global, and I'm going to scale in the X a little bit and taper it like that. I'll change the shape of the hole a little bit. I don't really mind, though. I kind of don't mind that top shape there. This is looking okay here as well. So maybe I will apply the solidify and just start throwing in some edge loops just to tighten this up and see how I'm going to like it. There's going to be a cushion on top of that, so I hope that's I don't even really know that I want to sharpen this too much. Well, maybe we'll do a little bit next loop front and back. You're really going to see it from the back and sides, sort of on an angle. I may go with that. I feel like this is sticking out a little bit too much. Let's try with a pillow or cushion. Let's grab all of those. Shift D to duplicate, pull them up, P to break it out. Let's just take that and extrude it down and delete those bottom faces, and we'll flip this to recalculate outside. Pull it down and pull it back. Yeah, all right. I'm going to drop an edge loop here. I don't want it too sharp or anything. I kind of like it like that. I think I'll scale it in the Z a little bit flatter. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll try to get it to match the seat a bit. Scale this in the X a little bit. Pull it up, just so it's kind of equidistant around it. It could be a little bit off in the front. Well, on the other hand, let's drag an edge loop out a bit more. Bulk it up towards the front a little bit. Maybe we'll take this and put on proportional editing and pull down just a little bit. Sink it down a bit. And now that I've done that, it's bulked out at the sides a little. So let's take the whole thing and scale in the X. Proportionals on. And what I may do is take this edge and this edge. It's just tweaking it, you know, to getting the shape that you want. You're not going to view it up close or anything. It's just going to be there. All right, so let's say we started with that. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to find pretty much a central point. Is that the middle? Yeah. Bring my 3D cursor there and build the support and the swivel part for the chair. I'll use 22 vertices. And I'm going to come in about like that to start with. So I'm going to extrude down. Yeah, okay. So like that. And then I'm going to E and S. I'm going to come in. Come down. Yeah, I can start to work with that. All right, so I'm going to come in here and bevel here, Control B, and I want 3. I'm going to bevel here with 3. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these circles, Shift D to duplicate and pull it down, P to break it out, and I want to focus just on that, Shift H to focus just on that, look down from the top. Actually, I'm not sure what my orientation is, so let's bring that back and just have a look at the chair. Okay, let's get the scale for everything now a little bit better, now that I see it here. So first of all, that's going to come up a little bit. I'm going to just globally scale it. It's not bad. It's close to what I want. And yeah, I'm just going to take it and pull it to the floor. Look at the back. I don't want it straight onto the wheel. I want it a little bit out. Okay, so I'm going to take this is what I wanted, and I'm going to scale it down a bit, and I'm going to Shift D to duplicate and pull it out to close to the wall. And the chair may even come over a little bit more. Okay, good. So I want to focus on those things. And I want to get rid of half of this one and half of this one. And I'm going to join those. F to make a face, F to make a face, select it all, F. F to make a face. I'm going to give this some thickness, E, and just gesture down like that. Let's bring everything back now. Okay, and this piece is going to come up. And I think it's going to be a little bit longer. We'll see. The chair may still be too big, but we're going to work on this part of it anyhow. So I'm going to select this edge and bevel it with 3. I'm going to scale it in the Z, make it a bit bigger. And now I'm going to just duplicate it down like that. Okay, I'll come back in here and select this edge here. Pull it up. I'm going to cap that off, and I'm going to bevel. Just like that. Should be relatively okay. Let's just shade smooth that. Make sure it's facing outwards. We can shade smooth that. Okay, back to the chair for a moment. Well, you know what? It's not bad for now. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take all of these, Shift D to duplicate, and pull them down here. Yeah. Okay, this end here, we're going to cap off and bevel. And this end, we're going to pull down towards the floor. Let's pull it down to there for a moment. Okay, we're going to come in here and just do a little, just do an inset to about there and another one, because all I want to create is a circle of polys here that I can just extrude down to make some kind of a design like that. And Shift Alt and click those edges and bevel them with 3. So I get that effect. And here we're going to, I'm just going to put an edge loop here. I think I'll build it off this, and an edge loop below. And Shift Alt and click these, and I'm going to E and Alt S and push out to do that, where those pieces join. So I'll take that edge and bevel it. And then I'm going to need an edge loop down here, coming down, and an edge loop coming up, like that. Okay, something like that. And do a couple of things on here. We'll just drop an edge loop here, Control B, split it with just 2, E and Alt S, just, you know, like we did the inset on the top, just for like a cut type thing with 3. Come in here, put an edge loop up and down. We'll do one there, and we'll do one down here. Just somewhere, you know, just a mechanical thing. Do that. We'll grab those, bevel it with 3. Is that 2, 2, 3, and up and down. Just want to look at this again. I think it's just the lighting. I want to focus just on that because no, I'm not happy with that yet. There we go. This is what I needed to do here. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think I may have gone in a little bit too far with that one. I'm going to dissolve that edge and do another one. I think that's better. Okay. So we've got that, and then the next thing is, what I'll do is I'll come down here and I'll grab that circle, Shift D, pull it up to scale it out, just so I can see the thing. And I'm going to break that out, and then I'm going to come in here and I want to delete that half as well. Let's get rid of those and see where I'm at. Let's just slash from the top. Let's see if it's even. I think it is. I'm going to extrude those back. Yeah, okay. Let's come back and see what we got. There we go. That's the general idea. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring in pretty much to the wall, and I'm going to extrude it down like this. I'll get rid of the bottom faces. We'll flip this and grab this edge and bevel that with 3, and then push it down, and that's how it's going to attach to the floor. And I just want to look at this one more time. I think I may take this one and scale shift Z, make it a little bit smaller. And I think I'm going to take the chair. Let's see if I can. Let's break this piece out. Just make sure that's in, and then take the whole chair and pull it down a little bit. Let's save that and see. Or what I wanted higher. No, I think we're going to assume that it can go up and down. I'm going to put this in a collection, and let's shade smooth that. Let's take all of these pieces and move that to a new collection. I'm going to call that chair. And I'm going to drag that chair into the ship. All right, so I got the whole ship. Oh, did I not do it? There we go. So I got everybody in there. And probably what I'll do with the chair is I'll swivel it, like I said. So let's take this piece and Shift S cursor to selected, and then switch to the 3D cursor. And then take the chair with its cushion and this thing, and maybe even that. Maybe we'll swivel the whole thing, rotate in the Z, swivel it out like that a little bit. I mean, we can turn the chair as well if we really want to, but for now I'll just do that. Okay, so let's get rid of that thing. So how is that looking? What I think I'll do is I will Shift C to bring the 3D cursor back to there. There's my front view, and save. And I'm going to bring in another ship. And let's go back to median point. Let's rotate Z 180. Look down from the top and just park it beside there. So just got a couple that we can look at from different angles. And I've got some test sort of colors on here for some of this. Just imagine we're here, and that's what that looks like. Versus there. Well, I could probably make it a little bit shorter, but I think we're on the right track. So, let's see. If I switch to normal, I should be able to just do it along its normal. Not much, just a little bit change because I don't, the size of the cushion and all there. All right, well, we can see that can easily be changed. So if we assume that the chair is the way I like it, at that position, that size, there are only a few more things to do. Now, I should just point out that while I tend to do a lot of this stuff in geometry, ideally this is really This is really texture. In fact, it's probably just done in Designer, you know, because you can get the different heights on your height map. And you could do this thing. The shape is like a rectangle or a square with curved ends, and this piece poking out, and these things all in texture. And tons of this would be done in texture, including the gauges and buttons. And I'm going to do that sometime. And all these panels sitting on top. But I've done it here in geometry so that, you know, people that are doing stuff in Blender, you know, could do that. Not sure about this handle, but anyways, there are other items that you could put in here, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I am simply going to focus a little bit on the sides here and the motors, and that is going to be it. And then the texturing is going to come, and that's going to make all of the difference. You know, if I can do a decent job, and if it looks nice. Again, this is my version or our version of the Uncharted 4 speedboat. There's no way that we can do it exactly the same. Otherwise, I'd be working for Naughty Dog, right? Oh, but you know, but I have got that black trim in there, so. Yeah, you know, I think if I saw this right off the bat, I wouldn't necessarily think the Uncharted speedboat, but I'd think, oh, it's some sort of speedboat without motors right now. I might make a change to this now that I know that it's more of a loop type thing and not a hook like that. All right, so, well, we did the chair. So that's going to be it for now. I think I will go ahead and do a little bit more stuff on the side, and then I'll come back. I'll show you where we are, and if I come up with a good way of doing the motors that doesn't take too long and I can do it on camera, I'll do it with you. Otherwise, I'll do something and I'll show you roughly how I did it, and we'll get to the point of wrapping up the modeling. Let's just have a final look at the statistics. So you know, that one's not going to make a difference to it. It's just this one, so you know, that's not bad, you know, for what we're doing. All right, we're going to leave it at that. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully you'll tune in for the next video. Take care.